Are lists the only things with methods? Why do they get to have all the fun? Well, it turns out they don't get all the fun, just some of it. Like I mentioned in an earlier video, all variables are objects, and all objects have methods. So strings have methods too, and there's a bunch of them, but I'm going to show you a few useful ones today. Like with lists, there's an index method for strings. So if you put hello.index e, we would get back 1 because the e is in the first position in hello. Note that if we put el in the index method, we would get back 1 as well, because the index method always looks for where the first letter in the substring is in the main string. If you put index with a substring that is not included in the main string, we'll get an error. There are also two other methods for strings called starts with and ends with. So if we put hello.starts with h, it'll return true because hello does start with an h. Or if we put hello.ends with lo, we would return true because hello does end with lo. However, if we put hello.starts with el, we would get false. Replace takes two inputs, the string to be replaced and what you want to replace it with. Think of this like find and replace in a Word document. Replace works across the whole string. So if we had name equals Lenny, and then we said new name equals name.replace n with s, we would end up with Lessie. However, notice that if we wrote name equals Lenny, and then we said name.replace n with s, and then we print name, name doesn't change. And that's because strings are actually immutable. So whenever you're changing a string, you have to save it under a new name. You can't just change it in place. So this means that when you write name.replace n with s, it'll return that new string, and then you have to save it under some name. And you can save it under the same name, it'll just overwrite the existing information in that variable. There are plenty more string methods to explore, and integer methods, and Boolean methods, etc. But I think you have enough understanding that you can go off and explore those on your own.